Hello, everyone. Welcome to the instructional video for the etymology research activity. Let's make sure you can all hear me. So this activity is unique. There is no straightforward answer that I'm asking you to find. The whole point of this assignment is to practice research skills through library resources and through popular respected sources like the New York Times and the Wall Street Journal. And I want to make sure at this point in your college career that you have taken advantage of the free subscription you get as a Lehman student to the New York Times, to WSJ. So this activity kind of will exercise research skills, make sure that you are connected with resources at Lehman, and hopefully deepen your knowledge of whatever major or minor you are interested in. Etymology means the history of words. And in this activity, I'm asking you to think of the title of whatever degree or certificate that you are going to graduate with. So say you're going to get a certificate in wedding and event planning. I didn't know Lehman offers that, which is really cool. It's through the School of Professional Studies. Say you're going to get a certificate in that. In this project, I'm going to ask you to think critically and creatively about any word that is part of your degree. So it could be wedding. So in the following activity, you would be doing some research about the word wedding. And let's walk through that. I think it'll be clearer once we encounter some more specific. So let me zoom in. This video is all about part one. This is the individual work that you will be doing. Part two is more group work, and I will cover that in a separate video. But for part one, first step, start a new document in the assignments folder. So the assignments folder is here, and you add a new document like that. You should have permissions to do so. If you do not, please email me or connect on WhatsApp. But once you hit a new Google Doc, please label it with your name first, and then whatever word you're going to look up. I decided in this activity, as an illustrative example, I'm going to look up this word, entrepreneurship, because I'm not that familiar with the history of that word, even though I'm very familiar with its current implication. Entrepreneurs are people who start a business. And I'm basing this off. So, okay, we did step one, step two, super easy. Step three, consider a word in the official degree or certificate. I'm going to add that you will receive. So I am fascinated by this minor at Lehman called the minor in business and entrepreneurship for creative arts professionals. It's for actors who want to make a living acting, or musicians who want to start their own business. So I'm going to research the word entrepreneurship from this minor called BCAP. And the next step is to copy paste that word into something called the Online Etymology Dictionary. And I've already pasted entrepreneurship, and I'm not sure what to expect. I know entrepreneurship is vaguely French. That's all I know. So let's find out what it means and when did it become popular. Okay. So entrepreneur, noun, from 1828, manager or promoter of a theatrical production. Oh, interesting. Reborrowing a French entrepreneur, one who undertakes or manages. Agent, noun, from Old French, entreprendre, undertake. See enterprise. So entrepreneur and enterprise are connected. That's interesting. The word first crossed the channel, the French to English channel, in the late 15th century. Okay, did not stay, meaning, and it used to mean business manager. So interesting. So I'm going to take a screenshot of this word. Going to take a screenshot and post it on my document. That way I have a nice reference point. You can also take a photo on your phone, do whatever you need to take a screenshot and really just transfer that valuable information. Okay, so I did number 4, step 4. I found the word, I copied the definition. I'm starting to think about it. I don't really know what to do with it yet, but I will as I consider the role of the word in my life. So step 5, Lehman College has this fascinating feature called Ask a Librarian. So when you click this, you'll be directed to the library, to the service called, it's vaguely called, or it's at times called Chat with the Librarian, other times it's called Ask Us. So I would like you to get familiar with this service. It's a network of librarians throughout CUNY, but also the world. So if you are working at, say, 2 a.m. on a Saturday, if you use the service, you will still receive an answer, usually instantly, or they will email you back an answer within 5 hours or something. It's pretty amazing. So chat with a librarian. What am I going to chat about? Well, step 5 said, use the 24/7 Ask Us feature. Request information for the origins of this word or phrase. So please do not exit the chat until you are referred to at least one scholarly article. So I'm giving them my name. What's my question? Hello. Oops. Ask your question, Okay, I'm going to go with this one because this has an asterisk and it looks more important. Okay. Hello. I am researching the etymology of the word entrepreneurship. You could also say the origin of the word, the history of the word. So I'm researching the etymology of the word entrepreneurship. Could you direct me toward one? Thank you. Always helps to say hello and thank you, even in these instant chats. Okay, so I'm making sure that I fulfilled step number 5. All it says is request information for the origins of this word. And you should be directed to at least one scholarly article. So I'm going back to the Ask Us feature. Oh, no way, it went away. Okay, so now we know, don't leave the window. Just ask your question while you're there. So I'm going to type it up again. Okay. I am researching Okay, so once you hit connect, a librarian should connect with you. It's a Monday on a weekday, so it should be pretty fast. But while you're waiting to connect, you can continue on with other parts of the assignment. 1 second. So step number 6 says reflect on the origins of this word. how does this past relate to its present function? So if you think about the word entrepreneurship, 1826, you can think about what was happening in the US at that time, or really anywhere in the world. The Industrial Revolution was really happening. Mass entertainment, circuses were becoming more and more prominent. So you can think about, maybe I want to, maybe I didn't know that my degree had this connection to entertainment, to the theater. I don't know. You're just kind of you're thinking out loud. And again, this activity is all about using your creativity. You might encounter moments where you don't know what to think. You don't know what you don't know. The whole point is being comfortable with that uncertainty and using your creative and critical thinking to pull yourself out of that uncertainty. So that's the process we're engaging in now. Looks like the reference librarian is going to reply to my question. While she does that, I'll continue on with step 6. You can think about previous readings, speakers, or materials covered in courses for your major or minor. So for that minor, which is BCAP, minor in business and entrepreneurship for creative arts professionals. Let's see. I'm trying to think of a past reading of mine that included like entertainment and entrepreneurship. And this is a fun activity because none immediately comes to mind. The thing that comes to mind for me is this book I read called The Fuzzy and the Techie, I believe it was. The argument in this book was, for entrepreneurs, a liberal arts degree is more useful because critical thinking, creativity cannot be automated, whereas a lot of accounting features, a lot of data science features, obviously you learn a lot of quantitative thinking, critical thinking, but some of the specific skills you learn can be automated. That is what this book references. So in my draft that I'm coming up with, I could probably copy and paste this past reading and just put it here. And I'm going to leave this is kind of like a sketchboard. I'm brainstorming. I'm gathering sources. Okay, and the reference librarian looks like she is typing. So hopefully she will help me gather resources. And while she does that, I will log on to the New York Times or the Wall Street Journal. Probably a good idea to test your word with both. For those who haven't gained their free access to the New York Times and the Wall Street Journal, this is the Lehman page to do so. The link for that web page is right here. So you just hit free access to New York Times. You will be brought to this web page. Then you just follow the steps to get your free pass. So I typed in entrepreneurship in New York Times and WSJ, and these were the main stories the first stories that popped up. Now, before I really read any of the headlines, I'm going to think back to the root of entrepreneur. It's a manager or a promoter of a theatrical production, one who undertakes or manages. I'm going to look for an article that's related to entertainment. I might not have any luck, but let's find out. So let's see. I know what the end of the world looks like. Ethiopian entrepreneur Sarah Menkler founded Guru Intelligence. Okay, agriculture. This is about technology. how Oklahoma became a marijuana boom site. That's interesting. Jurors and fourth-day deliberations of Elizabeth Holmes. So nothing related specifically to entrepreneur as a theatrical, as someone who promotes a theatrical production. So that's really interesting that the root of the word in 2022, it relates less to entertainment, one who throws a theatrical production, and more to one who just leads a business. That's what I'm finding. Although this article, what Tracy Ellis Ross always does 15 minutes before working out, this is clearly related to entertainment. So I could read this. Let's go for this one actually, because this is clearly related to entertainment. But you can write about what you find and what you don't find. So I'll just make a note here that some of my, because at the end of this activity, you'll come up with at least 300 words describing this whole process. So you can describe things you found and things you didn't find as it relates to the original definition of whatever word you are examining. So you could write something like, let's see, start of my research. I was surprised to find few articles about entrepreneurship and entertainment specifically. I did find one article in the Wall Street Journal about, and then I could read this article, think about Tracy Ellis Ross as an entrepreneur in 2022. You can summarize the article to some extent. You don't need to format this beautifully. Just make sure that you copy paste the link. So I'll say I'm gonna have a summary of the article. Analysis, my thoughts. It might relate to another reading that you have encountered. Or in this case, entrepreneur. Gotta love spell check there. Okay, and let's go back to the head librarian, because the goal is to find a scholarly research. So let us see what the librarian has found. Reference librarian said, it is a loan word from French. Here's an article in an encyclopedia of creativity, invention, excuse me, innovation and entrepreneurship. Okay, so this is the kind of article you really want. Digital object identifier, I think that's what DOI stands for. So let's click on this, see what happens. It says copy paste the DOI. So I'm going to do that. Etymology bases. Wow, this is cool. And it has all of these other links to other scholarly sources. You can consider entrepreneurship in other languages, which you can definitely write about in your write-up, you know, entrepreneurship in Spanish or Russian or Japanese. What does that mean? And what might it say about the culture? You can definitely get 300 words or more out of that question. I can spell today. Okay. Thank you. And there should be an option to, let's see, save this chat. I believe at the end, when you click end chat, there are options to have the chat emailed to you, or you can download it. It's probably a good idea to screenshot it just to make sure you don't lose it before you end the chat. Screenshot it, throw it in this document, which is, you know, your brainstorming. I would actually encourage you to, actually, I'm sorry, part of the assignment is to have proof that you use this feature. So definitely take a screenshot of you using the feature. What did the reference librarian send to you? Alternatively, you could cite the material itself that they referenced you to. So you could say, okay. So you're welcome. Have a nice day. You too. And chat. I'm going to say it's great. Why not? People need encouragement. And then you can email. This is what I was referring to. You can email yourself a transcript of the chat. So I'm going to do so. I will enter my Lehman email. Oops. Thanks for commenting. Okay, awesome. So that's the Ask Us feature. That's how you to use it in practice. It's incredibly useful to get academic sources. This is a better source than a stronger academic source than Etymology Dictionary. Although Etymology Dictionary is reputable, it's still community based. I'm not sure what their peer review process is. Whereas this site, anything related to an academic publisher like Springer, is going to have more peer reviewed material. So other people will look at it critically and ask themselves, is this information correct? Okay. So you use the Ask Us feature. You thought about the meaning of the word and how it connects to any other readings or speakers that you have encountered. You found an article of the word and its use today. And this, you can be very creative with this. I'm sure some people will, if you research the etymology of accounting, you might get articles all over the place. But so it doesn't have to be, you don't have to be super stringent with the articles you pick. It does not have to immediately trace on to the etymology of the word as you understand it, but it should be informed by that etymology. Okay, and the final step is to write at least 300 words about this process, plenty to write about. And the idea is to, you know, use the history of words as a way to guide research, as a way to ask new questions. It can be very fascinating to uncover the history of your field. Okay, so 300 words, you can include additional screenshots of whatever you found that is surprising or just curious to you. And then the big question, how, if at all, does the history or spirit of this word affect its current use? Okay, so that's everything you need to know for the etymology research activity. Feel free to ask me questions. Best of luck. I know you, even in this video, found a lot of information. And your goal is to make it all pretty, type up 300 words at least, and think about kind of the history of whatever degree you're getting or certificate. All right. Thanks for watching and best of luck.